How do I know it's time to make a move? When fear is overwhelming, but faith is unrelenting. See, the story of Esther, if you don't get the context, it won't make much sense, because some of you are here tonight, you're like, yo, how come girl don't just go talk to her husband? Like, that seems easy enough. But the reality is that in that time period, you'll find out as you read Esther chapter 4, that nobody was allowed to walk into the king's chambers without an invitation. And it has been 30 days since Xerxes has called upon Esther. And so when Mordecai sends this request to go and ask the king for mercy, what he's really asking Esther to do is to risk her life. And for Esther, here she is, and she goes, I think this is a God opportunity, but if this is a God opportunity, how come I'm so afraid? Some of you tonight, you know that feeling, because you're in a situation right now and you're wondering to yourself, if this really is God speaking to me, shouldn't confidence be coming over me right now? I wish I could tell you that's been my experience, but my experience has often been when I'm operating in faith, I don't experience confidence, I typically experience fear. But then my faith kicks in and says, you have not been given a spirit of fear. You're gonna choose to walk in faith. Every time God speaks to you, the devil is gonna start shouting at you. You can't do it. It's too hard for you. It's too big for you. You're not good enough. You will fall. You will fail. But the longer you walk with God, you start to learn, wait a minute, I know the devil's shouting, but the only reason why the devil is shouting is because maybe, just maybe, if I step out and do this, maybe I'm a threat to the devil. And if I can just hear God's voice, I can step out in faith. See, God opportunities are wrapped up in overwhelming fear. And the longer you walk with God, maturity is this. Oh, that makes me afraid? That must be an opportunity. Dodge and I, we've always had this little phrase, if it scares us, we gotta run towards it. Because we've learned that on the other side of our fear, there's a God opportunity. That God is at work. And so we wait because timing is everything. Fear, it's gonna be overwhelming, but I'm telling you, you close your eyes at night and you go to bed and fear, it's overwhelming, but I'm telling you, if there's just a hint of faith. Some of you are waiting for great faith. You don't need great faith. Jesus said faith the size of a mustard seed can move a mountain. Fear creates mountains, faith removes mountains. And I always know it's time, and I always know it's God, and I always know it's moment for me to step up and step out when that fear is overwhelming, but I go to bed at night and I close my eyes, but there's a hint of faith. It doesn't feel right, Rich, you don't walk by your feelings, you walk by faith. It doesn't look right, Rich, you don't walk by sight, you walk by faith. Here's Esther. She's afraid to die. Of course. This mission, this opportunity was risky. God opportunities, they traditionally look pretty risky at first. But if you can learn to lean into his voice and wait on God, you're gonna discover that your purpose is on the other side.